Hi, well, it's the 15th of December today, and I thought I would just sit down, have a little break and have some tea and do a quick catch-up. So what has happened? Well, not a lot. I didn't video yesterday because nothing really much happened yesterday. The weather has turned really horrible, and we've had a lot of wind and a lot of rain, and yeah, hasn't really been much I can do. We've done a little bit of gardening outside, just a bit of weeding and things like that. And of course, I've been doing a bit of one-handed weeding because I didn't want to get my hand where the dog bit me dirty. But as you can see now, it's almost healed, so everything is looking good. Yeah, so that's about it really. So this morning I have been into town, done a bit of housework first, and then went into town, had early kind of like a bit of a brunch with my dad, and we had a look in a bookshop, and I had a nice little wander around some of the streets just near the cafe, and I took a little bit of footage of some of the older houses and some beautiful gardens that were there. And yeah, I'll pop that in a bit later. And then what else have we been doing? Well, for the 15th, with our advent calendar, this is what we have been having in our advent calendar. So the Lindt caramel squares, I'll just get one out to show you. They are absolutely gorgeous. So they are a really lovely square of chocolate with a really lovely caramel inside. So we're kind of only got a few more of those left, and then we'll be moving on to our next lot of surprise chocolates for our advent calendar. And the other thing I've been up to, so I have been watching some other vlogs, and I have been watching Stitch by Mrs. D, and so she has been doing she and her husband have been tasting different types of stollen and rating them. And so this is the stollen that we have had. I was going to show you this before I cut it, but so here I am. So that is the stollen, and just trying to see. It's made in Germany and imported into Australia. So it's called, this is Marzipan Stollen by the Schulze, Schulze. So, and this is the very end of what we have left of the stollen. If I come up closer to show you. There it is, because I cut it to take some to my quilting group for our last little Christmas get-together. And yes, people seem to have been cutting it at home and eating it. So I really, really like it. Actually, when I first started eating it, it reminded me of panettone, which is the Italian kind of Christmas kind of. It's not a bread, it's not a cake, it's kind of in between. But my husband, who is Italian, doesn't think that it tastes anything like the panettone. But that was just my thought. It's more cakey than the panettone. I guess panettone is much more lighter. But I've really enjoyed it. This has been really, really nice. So there are my last two pieces, and I'm going to have those with my cup of tea, which I should talk to you about. So I'm still on my Sip Hooray from T2, working my way through that. So yesterday I had this one, which is the Melbourne Breakfast. So the Melbourne Breakfast tea says, When the winds start howling, this brew will see you through. Indulge a little with us, this full-bodied vanilla sweet tea, bound to keep you cozy all year round. Sip it up Melbourne style. And I must say, so there it is. And the little saying is, the future is in your hands. Brew it well. I do like these little daily sayings that they have with their tea bag, their tea. So that was the Melbourne tea, Melbourne breakfast. So I had that, and I wasn't really a fan of it. I thought it was too sweet. It's very, it's tea, but it's very sweet vanilla. It is very sweet. It's incredibly sweet, actually. And I didn't really, not my favorite at all. So the one I've got at the moment is Gorgeous Geisha. And it says, it is a smooth, sweet, and so creamy. Sencha green tea combined with the luscious flavours of strawberries and cream is delicious, hot or iced, as a summer treat. This geisha's got a hold of us. And the little saying is, brew something today that your future self will thank you for. Oop. Is it going to focus? There we go. Brew something today that your future self will thank you for. So that is the one that I have at the moment. So I've just got this as a green tea with nothing in it. It does smell kind of slightly sweetish. Oh, I'm just wondering what was in this one. So this one, it's green tea, strawberry yogurt and cream flavouring, and freeze-dried strawberries. Okay, let's see if I can taste the strawberries. Oh yes, there's definitely a sweet kind of fruity kind of taste. Well, it's kind of an unusual flavour. I'm not sure if I like it or not, whether it's, gosh, yes, there's like a sweet kind of, artificially sweet kind of a flavouring, and then there's that kind of like bitter green tea kind of taste. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure what I think of this one. That's not good if I've had two in a row that I'm not too keen on. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. I think it reminds me of kids' medicine or something. I'm not sure I can finish this one. Yeah, I don't think that's for me. I don't think that one is for me. So that was that's the Gorgeous Geisha. Yes, no, that's not for me. I think I'll just have to eat some Stollen, take the taste away. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, yes, I think I'll just eat my Stollen and maybe do a bit of knitting. And I'll talk to you later. Well, I'm back again, and I'm back again with another kind of tea. So now I am trying the Jade Mountain tea, which explore Jade Mountain and discover a utopia of cocoa, brittle pieces of green tea, a hint of chocolate, and sweet hazelnut praline is totally worth it. Well, I hope so. I'm getting really thirsty now. I don't have to go and make a third cup of tea. But with that description, I'm thinking I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. And the little saying on this one is, isn't it nice to think that tomorrow will bring more tea? Oh, isn't it nice to think that tomorrow will bring more tea? Well, it is nice to think that tomorrow will bring more tea, but I am actually also hoping that I will like the tea from today. So hopefully this has cooled down enough, but I'll give it a bit of a try. It does smells a bit tea and like cross between tea and chocolate. Yes, it's very it does have that kind of like chocolate undertone with tea. I quite like the mix of yeah, well, I like tea and I like chocolate, but I'm not sure if I like the tea and the chocolate combination. I'm not doing very well with my teas at the moment. Maybe I should have tried a milk tea, as opposed to one of the green teas. There are quite a few more in the packet that are actually like fruit flavored or green tea. Now I'm getting a little worried that there's going to be a lot of teas in there that I probably won't like. I mean, this one is better than the last one, but still, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I might let it cool down a little bit and do a bit of knitting and come back to it when it's a bit cooler and see what I think. Yes, I'm not sure. And I'm really, really thirsty. I really, really want a cup of tea at the moment. I'm almost tempted just to go and make another cup of tea, just a normal cup of tea. Anyway, I will do some knitting and wait for the tea to cool down. So I'm quite happy now that I have got up to the stage in my sleeves. If you can kind of see, so here are the sleeves and this is the top. Just pretend I put this sleeve on. And so this is the saddle bit that goes up here. Whoops, I've just lost a stitch off the end. There we go. That goes up on the end up here. So we will see how it goes, and I'll just keep knitting, and at least I'm happy that I'm just to the easy backwards and forwards knitting, and I've got 44 rows to go, which seems to be quite a lot, but I will measure it again later and see how it's going. When I was doing the decreases, because I was doing everything on the round and magic loop, I was knitting half of one sleeve, then doing all of the next sleeve, and then the second half of the first sleeve, and there was a left sleeve and a right sleeve, so the decreases for the left sleeve and the right sleeve were different. And also because I was knitting half of one sleeve and then the full one of the next sleeve and then half of the other sleeve, and then doing it kind of like as if in the round, but I was actually knitting flat, like as in backwards and forwards, like there was a front row and a back row. I found that I had to write down the pattern row for row just to make sure that I got it right, because I felt like I just needed to concentrate a little bit harder on the decreasing edge here, to make sure I got it right. So I haven't been able to listen to any audio books or watch any TV programs or vlogs while I've been doing that. I've just been concentrating on the decreasing to make sure I had it right. And so now that I'm down to the plain bit of knitting, I can do some of those things. One of the things I have started watching is Three Pines, which is it's on Amazon, and it is, well, I'd say, so my younger son recommended it to me, so I started watching it, and it has all those things that I really enjoy, especially this time of the year. So it's set in Canada. There is snow, it's winter, it's Christmas. There are lots and lots of fantastic Christmas shots, like lights and Christmas trees and decorations and things like that. And it is a bit of a murder mystery. And I think what it is like there are 8 episodes, but I think there are like 4 mini stories within the overall 8 episodes. So that in itself is really exciting as well, because you can watch 2 episodes and then kind of wait around and then watch the next 2 episodes, and then so on and so on. It's not like you have to kind of binge watch all 8 episodes together. So I've really been enjoying that, and I've been also listening to some older authors, as in older as in, 1900, well, people who have lived and written around 1900, 1920s, and there've been a lot of winter and Christmas themed either murder mystery stories or ghost stories. And so that's been getting me very much in the spirit. But then, of course, our weather is also getting me into that wintry kind of feel, wintry Christmas feel, which is not what we really want. We would really like some nice, warm summer weather at the moment, but it's just not happening. And even though you can see the sun's come out at the moment, it's still very windy outside. It's overcast and it keeps drizzling. It was really, really windy last night, and there had a lot of rain last night. And the beach is just, well, there are lots of waves coming in, and not very pleasant down there either. So I think that's about it, really. I will continue with my my knitting. All I need to do now to remember to do is, of course, because these rows are so short, each time I get to the end of the row, I do need to remember to just write down that I have done that row. And then I think that's what I'll do in this afternoon. I might catch up on some of the vlogmases that I have been watching. So I've been watching, as I said, Stitched by Mrs. D. I've been watching Back to Blighty. I've been watching a little bit of Wonderful. I think it's called Wonderful Life. A little bit of Wonderful Life. Oh gosh, isn't that terrible? I mean, there've been a few others as well that I've been watching. So I think that'll be the rest of my day. Not much more happening. Not much more Christmassy happening apart from eating lots of yummy Christmas food and not really doing much exercise because it's not really the weather it's not the best weather for going out for a big long walk with the dog, even though she has been out for a few long walks with my husband, so that's been good. So I might just keep knitting, and I guess I should try this tea once more before I go. Yeah, it still has that kind of very chocolatey smell to it. Yeah, no. I don't think the flavoured teas, I'm not really a big fan. I like a chai tea. I'm not sure that I really like these sweet flavoured teas. I think I'm just going to have to go and make myself a good old Australian afternoon tea with a bit of milk and sit back, do some knitting and catch up with my vlogs. I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope everyone's keeping warm if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. I hope those people in Australia are nice and warm. And I'll catch up with you later. Bye.